Today you can see Cheryl Schultz riding a bike, which seems like a very ordinary event, but actually it's most extraordinary because Cheryl Schultz is a woman who had her balance apparatus almost completely obliterated as a side effect from a medication she received.
One morning when I tried to get out of bed, I literally fell to the floor. I tried to get up, tried to get on my hands and knees, and I was just wobbling around, and I just would fall again, and I'd fall again, and I remember looking, and it was more of like a never-ending sense of tumbling. And the doctor told me that it is a permanent condition, but you learn to get used to it. And actually, the worst word of it all was permanent. Permanent made things stop. It made it stop that this is just the only way it will ever be.
So how is Cheryl able to ride a bike?
When we first met Cheryl, she was a wobbler, a self-described person with a balance problem and on disability. But she was wobbling profoundly. What I also realized is that this is her world. This is something that she lives with every day.
I always had this constant noise in my head, and not a noise that, like, you hear a noise, but this feeling of noise. If you could hear confusion, that's what it sounds like. And my brain was really, really confused because it didn't know what to do. It was so consumed with just trying to stand up and stay straight. When I put that device in, it was just like, oh, it's like I stepped out of that room and I'm standing on the side of the ocean or something. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's quiet, it's still, and it feels so good. It's like I came back.
Bach-y-Rita thought that the brain could rewire itself by unmasking alternate pathways or sprouting new ones. What Cheryl's brain is doing is receiving the signals from her tongue and sending them to the part of her brainstem that normally processes touch. It's then that her brain redirects this information to the area that deals with balance by unmasking dormant pathways.
Well, the analogy that I think I inherited from Paul is that if you're the normal nervous system, you have your major pathways. They're sort of like the freeways in your brain that handle large volumes of information and do it very efficiently. But if there's an accident on the highway, you can either sit in traffic and not do anything, or you can get off on the secondary road. Over time, what the brain does is it takes those back roads and turns them into the superhighways and reroutes the information. So we're taking the existing pathways and making them more efficient.
By having